Hey everybody, Jen here, Gen X Website Design and Strategy. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this really cool before and after slider in Squarespace. And make sure you stay till the end where I make lots of suggestions for different applications for using this slider. This slider can be created in Common Ninja. Common Ninja has lots of really cool widgets. They're so easy to set up and create and embed onto your Squarespace website. So I'm going to include a link below this video to this page, and you're just going to click here to get started for free. All right, and I love their example here. So the first thing that I usually do is I actually get rid of this little box here, although I will say that it is very helpful. So if you have any questions for how to use something and you don't really feel like searching around for it, you can type your query in here and it actually will answer you. So this is a helpful shortcut, but I usually just shut it off initially so it doesn't clutter up my screen. So you can click this little X here, or you can go up here and just toggle this off. And if you decide that you want to ask a question during the process, just toggle it back on. Really easy. Okay. So setting up this before and after widget is super easy, and I'm going to show you how. First things first, we are in the general tab. That's this tab right here, the content tab. And right here, what says before and after slider, that is what this text is right here. And it's what shows up right here when you embed the widget. So I'm just going to change this to say winter and summer gardens. Great. Then you just want to obviously replace these images with your own images. Okay. These are the images that are here now. You can see them right here. So we're going to replace these. So this does get a little bit funky. So when you click on here, this is where you're going to upload your files. As you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff here that I'm not using anymore. But when you go to upload the file, it says save changes. You need to save changes to upload a file. And this is very confusing because you're like, I haven't made any changes, but this is just the way that it is. I have no idea why. So come back over here and click select save. And it's going to say, where would you like to place your widget? Well, just create a new project and call it, whatever makes sense to you. But I think that the way that these projects are intended to be organized are by website, by project. So I have one in here called YouTube tutorials. All right. And if you have several websites, you might just give it the name of one of those websites that you manage, or maybe just call it my website, but you are going to have to create a project for this. I'm just going to save this to my YouTube tutorials. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, you can definitely drop them in the comments below. Now it's telling me, congratulations, go ahead and copy your code. Well, we haven't actually done anything yet. All right, so that's a little weird, but that's what you have to do. And then you go back in here and you're going to upload your file. Okay, just clean that up a little bit. So you would literally just select upload file and upload from your computer, and it will show up here in the space. And then you're going to select the photo that you want to use and select use media. So there it is. And now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the same thing. So you would upload your file, it would show up here, and then you would just select it and select use media. Great. Now we've got these little captions here. It just says before and after. And I'm going to change mine to say winter and summer. And you can see how it changed over here, winter and summer. Right here, you can decide how you want these to be positioned. Right now, they're bottom left and bottom right. But obviously, you could go top left, middle left. Okay, you get it. Not rocket science. Here you can decide if you want it to always just show on the mouse over, or to totally hide the labels. So if we go like this, it just shows on the mouse over. Hide labels is pretty obvious, or you can always show it. So those are your options there. Then down here, you choose before caption text and after caption text. So this got me a little confused. Okay. So after image caption. So I'm assuming that this is after, right? So I'm going to type in summer garden, but see what happens. I think it's a little bit reversed. So just make sure you check that, guys. Okay. I put this one down here. So when I go like this now, it's correct. See, it says winter garden and summer garden. By the way, that's me. I do love my garden. Okay, so this is cool. You can choose the image ratio. So if you had a couple of vertically oriented photos, you could use those too. See, here are all of your options. And then down here at the bottom, you can show a badge, which could be really cool to put on your website. And you can just change the copy right in here. And you can change the positioning as well. That's pretty cool. Okay, now let's come over to the look and feel tab. Here you can choose what you want your divider to look like. So you've got a few options, and I chose this one. And then, of course, you can assign your brand colors. Okay, very easy to do. You just select the box and then you paste your hex code right here. Great. And you can see how those colors changed right over here. But I also want to change the color of this. So going over to advanced, and this is where I would change the title color, and this is where I would change the caption color, and that's this color down here. Great. Now, if you want to make this larger or smaller, you can do that right over here. You can change the size of the label text too, right here. Okay, and those are the main things that I really want you to see. If you want to play around with some of the other stuff, go ahead, but I don't, just after having looked around at all this stuff, I don't really think that there's anything else that you could do to this that's going to improve it. Okay, but certainly play around with it if you feel like it. You're not going to hurt anything and you can always start over. All right. Then I'm just going to come over to the settings tab right here. One of the things that I do want to actually point out to you is that you might actually want to hide the main title because this is going on your website. You can just add the text on your website, your Squarespace website with a text block and be even more custom with it. You really don't need to show that. And of course, the rest of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory. You know, if you hide the slider captions, they're talking about this stuff down here. So you can hide that too if you want. And again, just play around with it. It looks like this option right here allows you to embed this widget into your email. So I have not tried this myself, but this could be a cool thing to send out in a newsletter to your subscribers. If you have some kind of promotion going on, or maybe you have like a recent project that you did that you want to show off and that sort of thing. So this could be really cool, but I have to say I haven't tried it. So if you do this, I would love to hear all about it. Okay, so we've got our slider. And by the way, you can add more to this. So if you wanted to add another slider to go underneath it, you would just do this and you would just do exactly what I just showed you. So I am going to save these changes and then I'm going to publish this and copy this code. And then I'll just show you how to embed this on your website. Okay, so to embed this on your website, you're going to go to your website and go to the page where you want to embed this widget and select edit, of course. And then you're going to add a code block and you can roughly position the code block where you want the slider to appear on your page. And then you're going to select the little pencil. You're going to highlight everything inside this box and you're going to paste the code that you just copied and select save. We can't actually see it until we exit and then preview. And there it is. Pretty cool. A before and after image slider can be an incredibly effective and simple way to instantly show the value of what you do. It's visual, it's interactive, and it lets people see results immediately. So I just showed you exactly how to create and embed Common Ninja's before and after slider. Now let's talk about how to actually use it on your website in a strategic way. Here are 3 smart ways to use it. One great way to use this slider is to show a dramatic transformation. Before and after sliders work best when the transformation is obvious. So think about businesses where the difference between the starting point and the finished result is dramatic. For example, weight loss or fitness progress, car detailing or auto body repair, esthetician treatments, makeup application, hair. When someone drags the slider and sees the change instantly, it communicates results faster than words ever could. Another way is to show organization and decluttering. Another great use for sliders is showing a chaotic space transformed into something clean and organized. So, for example, a messy pantry turned into an organized system, a cluttered closet transformed into a functional space, a disorganized workspace turned into a streamlined setup. These types of comparisons are incredibly satisfying to look at, and they immediately show the value of the service being offered. And thirdly, show construction or renovation progress. Sliders are also perfect for construction, renovation, and landscaping projects. For example, frame to finish construction projects, bathroom or kitchen renovations, landscaping transformations. I love looking at these. These projects involve big visual changes, and the slider allows visitors to interact with the transformation instead of just looking at two separate photos. And I'm sure that you can all come up with a lot of your own ideas here. One important thing to remember is that the slider works best when the difference between the two images is obvious, like my winter and summer garden example. If the change is subtle, visitors may not immediately understand what they're looking at, and that's actually going to degrade the value of what you're trying to sell. But when the contrast is clear, the impact is immediate. We are visual. So choose examples where the improvement is easy to see. I hope you guys found this helpful. And if you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel, maybe share this with someone who you think could use some help with this. And remember, web design is really fun, but if your website is lacking a strategy, your beautiful website is only going to get you so far. So I encourage you to head on over to my website, take a look at some of the digital products that I offer that help you with your strategy, or peruse my blog. It's huge, full of free content that talks all about how to create a more strategic Squarespace website for your business or for your client's business. Thanks for watching.